Let's face it, you think you know life. You've spent countless hours shaping your beliefs about existence, trying to make sense of the chaos around you. You've been told countless stories by your parents, your teachers, your friends, your society, about how life should be lived. And over time, you've constructed an image in your mind about what you should do, what you should want, what you should believe. But deep down, have you ever stopped and truly questioned all of this? What if the entire foundation of everything you believe, everything you've been taught about life, is wrong? What if the truth about life isn't something you can grasp through your ideas, your ambitions, or your expectations? What if life is nothing like you've been led to believe? What if, despite all the effort you've put into understanding and shaping your life, it's all based on a lie? A lie so deeply embedded in our lives that we don't even notice it. We all go through life pursuing happiness, striving for success, desiring love, building careers, and seeking meaning. But what if these things, which we so desperately chase, are nothing more than distractions? What if life's true nature is something completely different from what you've been taught to believe? What if, at the end of it all, you realize that none of it, none of the things you've chased after or sought to acquire, truly gives you what you expected? It's time to reconsider everything. Imagine for a moment, what if everything you've been striving for is pointless? What if, in the grand scheme of things, all your efforts to achieve happiness, wealth, success, and fulfillment are nothing more than a fleeting distraction from the reality of life itself? You wake up, you live your days, and you chase after these desires, these goals. But at the end of it all, you're left with an undeniable truth. You've done nothing. You've spent your life chasing empty promises. Empty because they can never truly fulfill you. They don't hold the meaning you've been led to believe. Sure, they might bring temporary pleasure, momentary satisfaction, but in the end, it's all an illusion. You never fully lived your life. You never truly experienced it in its raw, unfiltered state. Instead, you spent it running after distractions, hoping to fill the void that you never quite understood. And when you finally look back, what do you see? A mountain of regrets, a pile of missed opportunities, unspoken words, unfulfilled dreams. The things you thought were important, the things you thought would bring you happiness, they're gone. And you're left with the realization that you never really knew what life was all about. You just lived it in pursuit of something that didn't exist. You didn't live life as it truly was. You were just passing through. And then, the moment arrives. You die. The world doesn't even notice. The world moves on, as though you were never here. All of your struggles, your efforts, your hopes, they dissipate, forgotten. You can't escape the truth. Life is not about what you accumulate or what you achieve. It's not about what you get. It's about what you experience. It's about the journey, not the destination. And when you realize this, you are finally free. But here's the thing. This freedom doesn't come from despair. It comes from understanding that life has no fixed meaning. You don't need to chase after a purpose or a grand goal to feel fulfilled. You don't need to satisfy everyone's expectations of what your life should look like. The truth is, life is a mystery, and that's precisely what makes it worth living. You see, even though you may have spent your life chasing things that never truly brought you lasting joy, life isn't over. You can still experience it. You can still choose to live it with authenticity, even if you don't know all the answers. This truth, that life is not about certainty, is precisely where the beauty lies. Life itself is about embracing the unknown. It's about dancing with the mystery. And once you understand that, you're free to stop seeking meaning outside of yourself and start creating your own meaning. not by chasing after things, but by experiencing life in its raw, unfiltered form. You may think that understanding life is about finding an answer, a solution, some ultimate truth that will give you the clarity you've been seeking. But here's the catch. Life is not a problem to be solved. Life is a question that can never be fully answered. And once you accept that, you'll find that you can begin living in a way that you never thought possible. Here's the deeper paradox. Life's meaning might not be something to find at all. It's something to experience. What if life is like a river that never stops flowing? You can try to understand it, grasp it, or control it, but it's always moving, always shifting. And instead of trying to hold on, the key is to learn how to flow with it, to embrace its twists and turns without needing to know exactly where it's taking you. What if we've been wrong in how we think about life altogether? We tend to think life is linear, that there's a start and an end, that the meaning of life can be achieved by some tangible goal or outcome. But what if life is not a straight line? What if it's a circle, a never-ending process of becoming, of shifting, of unfolding? If life were truly linear, then we could predict everything, control everything, know everything. But the truth is, life is too vast, too mysterious to fit into a neat and predictable box. But here's where it gets even more profound. Life isn't just something you experience in the big, obvious moments. It's in everything. The smallest particles in the universe, the things you can't even see, they hold secrets. Life isn't just organic. It's woven into every layer of existence. The very molecules that make up your body, the energy that runs through your veins, the atoms and subatomic particles that make up everything, they are all alive in ways that we can barely begin to comprehend. Even at the quantum level, life is in motion. There's energy flowing through everything, connecting everything, shaping everything. What we call life isn't limited to just biological organisms. Even the tiniest particles of the universe are in constant motion. The very fabric of the universe itself is alive, changing, and evolving in ways that we don't even fully understand. And here's the kicker. Even though science may say life is defined by complex organic processes, what if life is actually a force that moves through everything? Life is not just cells. It's not just biology. Life is the energy that connects all things, and that energy is ever present, even in the things that seem lifeless. Everything is alive in its own way. This is where we come to a shocking realization. We have no real understanding of life. The universe, with all its complexity, all its depth, is so vast that we can never comprehend it fully. Our understanding of life is limited by our senses, by our brains, by the small scope of our human existence. But that's okay, because we're not supposed to understand it all. We're supposed to experience it. And once we realize that, once we embrace the uncertainty, the mystery, and the paradox of life, we become more alive than we ever were before. So, why should we keep living if we'll never fully understand life? Because life is not about understanding. It's about living. It's about being here, right now, in this moment. It's about experiencing the ebb and flow, the ups and downs, the chaos and the calm, and letting that process shape us. The more we try to control it, the more we try to force meaning into our lives, the more we miss the point. Life is a vast ocean of mystery. It's not something to conquer. It's something to swim in, to embrace, to float through. Even though we can't see all the answers, we can find peace in the journey. And in that peace, we find the true meaning of life, not in the destination, but in the very experience of being alive.